sound on and transition and hello everyone. Uh-oh, my phone has sound. No, stop. No volume. Echo, 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 echo. That is gone now. Hopefully. Alright. Mom, how are you doing?
All right, how are you tonight?
Doing alright. I, had a 4-day weekend, which was pretty nice. Had yesterday off due to the Indigenous, or I guess more accurately today off, because yesterday's standard weekend. Today, Monday, is Indigenous Peoples Day, although America doesn't always call it that. And then I took Friday off just because.
Is your kid?
Mm-hmm. Didn't do anything special. Just spent time with my partner and play games and stuff. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about. So, unless you've got stuff you want to share, Mama.
No, I'm for Sudoku.
All right. And I do see Chip Sounder says, "Hey, I figured out how to embed the solution into the puzzles." I did see that was like I looked into how to do all of the puzzle setting stuff, and there were some plugins and whatnot that I downloaded, and it all seemed incredibly tricky. So getting that figured out, at least for me, is quite impressive. I'm sure there's a number of step-by-step guides, but I trying to think of exactly how I want to phrase it, but it's just like I tend to prefer to like do things without a guide. I know that's kind of dumb, but like I don't know. It's a weird psychology thing. At least when it comes to computers, I was helping my partner build an armoire from IKEA, and that I obsessively followed the guide. Still made mistakes, which is annoying, having to pull some shelves out and flip them around because I put them on backwards or upside down. But I don't know. But when it comes to like tech stuff, I guess it's more of an overconfidence thing, because I'm like a software. Well, I don't want to say like guru or anything, but like I like to play with computer programs, and I've done some software development a little bit, and so when it comes to computers, I like to think that I can just figure it out, but I don't know. Sometimes a guide is the best way to go about doing things, but then in other times, like, is this how the process has to be? Anyway, Chip Sounder says if you use Sir Zemek's Sudoku Maker, you get an option to playtest. Then you can do it from there. That makes sense. That's pretty nice, having it set up that way. All right. Mom, did you have stuff that you wanted to share? I think I like asked that and then immediately started talking.
Now, my most exciting thing over the weekend was my spider.
Do you want to elaborate?
I
What was
happened to pick
the?
up a couple of small scarecrows at the store, and as I was putting them in the car, I noticed that there was a big old spider on one. Or a spider I had never seen, didn't even know existed. pumpkin spider, bright orange, about the size of my thumbnail. She's very pretty.
Mhm.
And yes, I put them in my car with the spider very much alive on them and drove home.
Mhm.
Had them out on my porch and decided I should probably bring them in because the wind will probably pick up and blow them away. I didn't want that to happen, but she was not on the scarecrow anymore. So she's somewhere on the porch, I think.
Yeah, and probably better
Hopefully
on the
she'll get
porch
along with the
than
other spiders out there.
yeah, probably better on the porch than outside or than inside. Um, I have been better about asking spiders politely to leave,
I
rather
like spiders.
than yeah. I do recognize that my discomfort with spiders and other creepy crawlies is because we refer to them as like creepy crawlies, and we just sort of don't like them. I mean, I don't think bugs are
Arachnophobia is
necessary.
fairly
Oh, go
common.
ahead. Sorry.
Arachnophobia is fairly common.
Mhm.
I think it's
Yeah,
because of all the legs.
yeah. Lots of legs are quite uncomfy. Chip Sounder says, I heard Kraken Cryptic did a pack of puzzles containing one clue from any rule type. I decided to make one and sent you the link. No negative constraints this time. Okay. Let me see if get that pulled up.
Yeah, the last one we did was fun.
It
It was a good one.
is this in, so that way it's the first one to do today. I don't get a notification later when we throw a thumbs up reaction. Isn't it like a symbol? Dude, there we go. Back to personal profile, and then Facebook. All right, then decided to make one and sent you the link. No negative constraints this time. I made it while they were streaming Blueprints. I haven't been paying as close attention to their content because I have just been stealing all of their puzzles. But they were streaming Blueprints. Let me take a look at that because I'm not familiar with them. Live. Oh yeah, I have seen they've been doing that. I didn't. I'm not familiar with this puzzle game though. Looks like it's a first-person style game. Interesting. I'll have to give that stream a look. See if that's a game I'd be interested in playing. But yeah. Let's see. Oh, I was still talking about spiders and stuff. Yeah, with spiders, arachnophobia is really common. I don't know if it's necessarily a phobia, because I think I would react much more negatively if I had a phobia of spiders or other creepy crawlies. It's just, if not a standard discomfort, just regular discomfort. I guess what I mean, since I used two synonyms and I meant them to be different ways. By standard, I mean like the type of discomfort that all people have, as if that's a thing that it can even be made, a statement that could even be made. And then when I mean regular discomfort, I mean discomfort that's distinguished from phobia. But yeah. So I've been trying to be better about like, oh, there's a bug, let me catch it and not kill it, and get it outside. Same with spiders. And I know for spiders specifically, a lot of bites are misattributed. Is that how that word is supposed to be said? Misattributed?
Attributed?
Yeah.
You got an extra vowel or
Syllable?
syllable, that's the word.
Yeah.
In there.
Misattributed.
There you go. No.
Because I want the past tense ed ending on there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The idea is
already past.
Well, misattribute ed is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So anyway, the actual pronunciation doesn't matter because the idea gets communicated anyway. Yeah, a lot of bites are said that they're spider bites when they're not actually spider bites. From my understanding, I could be wrong on that. And then spiders are also just generally helpful in keeping down other pests, mosquitoes, ants, stuff like that. Flies, and yeah. So trying to be better for the critters because the critters are helpful. But yeah. Trying to think if I have anything else to say on that. Chip Sounder says distributed. For distributed. There are lots of hard words to say. I try to pride myself on my ability to speak clearly, but I mumble a lot. But I do my best to speak up and be clear with how I say things. But it takes practice to be vocal. I think. Chip Sounder says, at least it's not
establishmentarianism?
That word that you're trying to say, lol. Yeah. All right. Well, anything else you want to talk about, Mama? Whether it's spiders or other topics, before we get on to some Sudoku puzzles, because I have run out of things.
I think we're ready for Sudoku.
Awesome. All right, Sudoku. Move OBS over to this window, or window monitor. And first puzzle we're going to do today is going to be Singularis Alchemis by Chip Sounder. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits on a slow thermometer must never decrease from the bulb end. Digits on a green German whisper line must differ by at least 5. Digits inside a circle quadruple clue must be in the cells touching the quad circle. Digits on an arrowed line sum to the digits on an arrowed line sum to the digits in a connected circle. Digits on a purple renban must be a set of consecutive digits in any order. Clues outside the grid give the sum of the digits in a given direction. Digits may repeat if other rules allow. Cells separated by a V sum to 5. and cells separated by a black dot are in a 1:2 ratio. Cells separated by a white dot are consecutive, and there are no negative constraints. Excuse me. I should have muted, but too late. Alright, let's put a link in the chat. Start puzzle, copy, and paste. There we go. If anyone would like to give it a go, link is in the chat. Let us get started here. Well, 1, 2, 3, excuse me. It's an apple. Ah. Eight, 9.
Well, that one could be a 7 also.
That's true. Alright. If this was a 3, and that was a 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9. Okay, I think it's allowed to be the smallest number here. 3, 4, 6, 7.
And the black Kropke in box 2 can't have a 5 on it.
2, 8, or 3. This line is going to alternate between high and low. But I think everything could be 4 or 6, except for this middle one. I guess technically these two, because 3, 4, 6, 7 for strength. Though that does mean there's a 5 in one of these two cells, so that one's not 5, so that actually pushes everything up. This is 5 and a purple digit. Yeah, because this is either both 1 and 2, or it's both 8 and 9, which means can't be 3, 4, 6, 7, and it can't be a 5. Well, obviously it's 2, 8, 9. 2, 8, 9, and 5.
Now, on that white Kropke, the 4 can't reach anything.
Right,
Nor
and
can the
neither can
6.
6.
And the 9 cannot, nor can 1. Yeah.
So that one's 2 or 8, which means this one's 1 or 9. So those, that. These are all high digits, which means one of those two is the last high digit. Which does mean that those two are the same. It's not really helpful, though. This one could be a 5. Or...
Well, in the circle in box 1, or box 2, excuse me, I don't know my numbers today, is minimum 5.
Actually, that can't be 6. It could be a 5 and a 4 to make 9. 19. Well, I don't know if means anything quite yet. Okay, well, that's going to be green. Purple over here. Well, this 4, 6 has to be that digit. Which means it's one of these two. Okay, so this is 3 or 7. It must be 4 or 6. These were high
Okay,
digits.
the elbow on the arrow cannot be a 3 because below it, if it's a 6, then it pairs with the 3 across the cropky dot. And if it's a 4, then it's a 3 before it on the thermo. So that cannot be a 3.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 7 is... No, it could be 6 and 1. But
Well,
you can't do 4 with 6, because that would be 10. So it's now 1, 4, 5.
so 5, 6, 9, 7, 8. Okay.
If this was 8 and 9, this would also be an 8. And 8's all the way up here, 7, 6's, 4,
Yeah,
3.
the circle can't be a 7.
This one up here,
Yeah, it can't be a 7.
1 and 6.
Well, if that's a 6, then it goes to 7 on the thermo.
Alright. All I had to do was think farther that way, which I refused to do for some reason. So 1 and 4 for 5. 2 or 8 would be fine. If this is a 9, though, that minimizes everything. All the way around. That would be an 8 and a 7. You make those two both 4. But if I make this 2, 3, then you get a 1 here. 2, 3. Just removes the 3 from this one. Well, wait a second. If this is 8, 9, you get 8. 8, 8, 7, 6, 6, 6, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. And if I use 2, 3, then that's a 1. So that's a 1 in both cases, isn't it? Is I'm missing something? 2, 3 definitely makes it a 1. 7, 8, 9. 8, 8, 8. 7, 6, 6, 6. 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. That's a 1.
But what if it's a 9?
Well, this would have to be 8, 9, 8. So it was purely based off of this one.
Right.
But yeah, unfortunately that doesn't get us any farther around, because it's the 8 and the 9, which minimizes everything. But if this one is 2 and 3, then it just makes this not a 3. Makes it 4 or 5, which would make this a 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 9, and 9. So those three are all the same. Because if this is minimum 4, then that is forced to bump up to 6. That's 6. And this one is one of those two, which means it's one of these two. What could this one be? It can't be 6. Because if it was, it would force 1s around it. Now, if it was a 7, you'd have a 1, 2 around it as options. However, oh no, this is the same as that. Because if this is a 7, then you get 7, 8 there. And 1 and 2.
Actually, they could both be 2.
Yeah. Now, we do run into a problem. If this is high, then this minimizes everything going around. Because that would be an 8. That would be an 8. So then this couldn't be 8. And if this was a 7, because that would be a 1-2 pair, those two would work out. So that's not a 7. Now if this was a 9, We'd have 1, 3, 4. Now, the 1, 2, 3 here would rule that out. But then you couldn't go 9 into 8 with a 4 here, and that's 3, 2, 1. So this isn't a 9, and suddenly purples are high and greens are low. So that's 2, 3. And a 1. 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9, well, not 7.
Oh, 8 or 9, yeah.
5, 8, 9. Which pairs with this to take out the 8. But this is minimum 4, so this is a 6. And we get 7s here, 8 and 9s all the way around there. So that one's a 9, a 5 and an 8. No 6s and a 6 there. Not an 8. And well, that's a 6, that's a 1. 6, 7, 8, 9. Not 6 or 9. Apparently that one just is a 6. These two can't be a 1. That can't be a 2 anymore, so it's a 4, a 5, a 5, and a 5. 5 and 6 is gone.
That compares
So that's
with
a 2.
2 for 8.
Alright, we shouldn't need the coloring anymore.
And 7 can't go to 3.
That can be either one. Nice. I feel like that took me a long time to rule through, but
1, 4, and 9.
let's do 4 first. 4 and 2. And then we have
3, 5, and 8. Oh.
what are the remaining over here? 1, 6, 7, 8, I think. Apparently that was the 1. This one's 7. Could have just looked over there. See if those had to be that way. And then what's left over, 3 and 4. So 5 and 2. Over. 19, and we already have, 11? So 8 more. 1 pairs with 7, 6 pairs with 2, 5 pairs with 3, 5 pairs with 3. Chip Sounder says, good spot, I'll tell you a neat trick at the end. Alright? I like neat tricks. I am bad at spotting them sometimes.
The Ren band has a 6 or an 8 on it.
Right. Going across row 3, 5, 9, 6, 3, and 7 are all gone. So 1 and 4, 8 and 2.
If 6 is the highest, it can only go down to 3.
6, 5, 4, 3. So no 2. 3, 4, 5, and 8. And 5 and 7. Well, if this was a 6, that would have to be a 7. So 3 is gone. There's no 5, so 4 is gone. Makes that an 8, 6, a 9, and a 7. Not an 8, not a 6, which makes it an 8. It's gone over there. 4 is one of these two, but that's helpful. And 2 pairs, so 6, 8, 9, where this one is the 6. 8, 9 in that order, 8's on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like it's 3 and 2, 1 and 4. 4 and 2, 3, 4 and 1, 1 and 2. These, well, this one has to be 6 or 7. 3, 4, 5 it looks like. There. 3, 5, and 8 going across, where that one's the 8, that one's not, and there's this one, so that makes it there. 3, 5 pair, so 3, 5, 8, 1, 9, and 4. 2 and not 2. What am I doing? 3, 5, 6, and 7. This one isn't 6 and 7, so this one isn't 3 and 5. 6, 7 pair means these two are 1 and
1 and
9.
9.
I've got 3, 5 in both of these.
6 on the top.
Excuse me.
3 and 8.
7 pairs. Aha! The 19 that I forgot about. These two sum to 8.
Yeah.
6, 7, 7, 6. Alright. Chip Sounder says, before you got the 1 on the bulb of the slow thermo, you can ask if row 5, column 8, can be a 7. The answer is no, because the 3 and 7 on the thermo look at row 5, column 4, leaving it no fill. So if that was a 7, then that ruled us. Those would be 6s, 5, 4s. Wait, what? No. 7, 6s, a 4 and a 3, and then the 3 there and a 7 there would break this. Ah. So I knew that if these were 8s and a 7 and 6s, because of the 4, 6 here, if these are all 6s, then that's a 4 and that's a 3, we already knew that this had to be 3 or 7. I just didn't notice that minimizing the high digits going around this way would have made a 3 and a 7 both look at this. So that's where those two, the 3, 7, would look at the 3 here. Yeah, because I do remember talking about how if we made this one a 9, we make this an 8, and that would make this a 7. And then, well, if that was a 9 and an 8 and a 7, then that should have done it right there. Because if this is an 8, that's a 9, that makes those 8 and a 7, but that had to be a 7 there. So I missed that spot, which would have been faster than the 3, 7. Well, maybe faster? I'm not sure. Yeah, I probably definitely didn't need to look through this one to have a 4 and an 8 and a 9 and those not work together. But yeah. Alright, any Chip Sounder says, love how it fell apart. It does. Once you figure out the orientation of the middle part of the apple, it does fall apart pretty quickly, which is pretty nice. Yeah. Any comments on this puzzle before we move on, Mama?
No, it is good.
And then, Chip Sounder, you are comfortable with me sharing this puzzle in the description? It's not exactly what I need to pick, but yeah, I keep forgetting that pops up there. Yeah, alright. Then get rid of that one. And puzzle number 2 for today is going to be Counting and Whispering by Lithium Ion. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along an arrow sum to the digit in its black circle. Digits may repeat along an arrow if allowed by other rules. The digit X in a circle, including black arrow circles and red circles, indicates exactly how many of the up to 8 neighboring cells, i.e. orthogonally or diagonally adjacent cells, contain a digit that differs by at least 5 from X. What? Did you understand any of those rules?
Digits along an arrow sum to the digit in its circle. Let's look at the puzzle.
Digits may repeat along an arrow if allowed by other rules. Okay. A digit X in a circle for both the black circles and the red circles indicates exactly how many of the up to 8 neighboring cells, i.e. orthogonally or diagonally adjacent cells, contain a digit that differs by at least 5 from X. Okay, so I think what X means is if I look in this red circle
circles
here.
are going to be low.
Yeah. So if I made this 1, 2, or 3, because it has to be 1, 2, or 3, then these are going to have to be 7, 8, and 9. But if I made this a 1, then only one of them has to be, and then it could be 6, 7, 8, or 9. Now, it could never be a 3, because of these 3, if I made this a 3, we would say that all of them had to be from 8 to 9, so that's not possible. So this is 1 or 2, and then you'd have 6, 7, or 8 be adjacent to that. So I'm going to mark this in blue. Now, you said that this had to be low. However,
the black one cannot be low, though. The box 1.
Right, because there's 3 here. This has to be 6, 7, 8, or 9. Now, if it was a 6, that would mean that there were 6 ones in this region. And I think there are only 4 boxes for 6 ones to go in. So that's not possible. Now, the 7 would mean that those had to be 7 1s and 2s. Which 1s and 2s are, there's 8 of them in 4 boxes. So,
well, and it can't be 9 because there are only 8 neighboring cells.
Yeah. And 7 doesn't work because that would mean they're all 1 and 2, but there's only 3 in the row or column. And as you just said, 9 doesn't work, so it must be an 8. Which means all of these are from 1, 2, and 3. So, 4, 5, 6. No, that's not right. 5, 6, 7. Thank you. Now this one, we know for a fact this one is 5 away. So it could be a 1. But these don't work. So that's a green. Now these two, by definition, well, if this was a 3, it would be paired with a 5, which would be too close. A 2 would be paired with a 6, which would again be too close, but a 1 with a 7 would be too far because it's 1 and we already have the 8. So this one is too close.
And it can't be a 7 because 7 pairs with 1.
Right. And now these two, well,
one of those two has to be green. Not necessarily both, but at least one.
Yeah. I think the 8 here is the same as the 8 there, because it was just purely based on the fact that there are only 8 cells, so you can't
Right.
use a 9. If it was a 6, that would be 6 ones, and if it was a 7, then all 8, everything but one of the 8 cells around it would be 1s and 2s, but you can only
Right.
remove 1, and then you'd have 3 cells only from 1 and 2. So that doesn't work for 7. So therefore it's 8, and these are all 1, 2, 3. And again, by definition, this one works for both of those, and these don't work. But it's a little bit more difficult for that one. Although I guess I could do the same thing for this one. This one works. No, it doesn't. No, that one works by definition. None of those can work. But there's nothing forcing those to be any particular way, like this one, which was paired that way.
And the
Well, that's
8
6,
in
so this
box
must be 2.
9. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say.
Well, this one's minimum 4, so these two sum to 4. 1, 2, or 3, but not a 2, so that can't be a 2. Except it could be a 2 if this was a 5 or a 6, because those could be a pair of 1s. Or it could be a 1, 2 for 5. Well, this one is sort of similar to the one above it, or it has to be one of those 3. But those fine.
The blacks are the 1 3 in box 9. That's black.
Yeah,
If it's a 3, then looking at just box 9 at the moment.
that would be an 8, that would be a 9. I guess you could have a 9 in either of these, and an 8 there.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Same with this one. Well, not really the same with that one. If that was a 3, that would be 8 and 9. And if this was a 2, then you have 7, 9, or 7, 8, 9 here. But only one. Well, this one's also 1 or 2. For the same reason this one had to be 1 or 2. I guess I was going to use highs and lows for these, so I should probably stick to that. Although it's not as clear what that means. If this was a 3, then you'd make 5 there. It would be a 1 or a 2, 3, and 4. I don't know if that's problematic. This can go up to 7. Although you couldn't do 1 and 6. This one can't be 1, 2, or 3. This one's 4 or 5. Which means you can't put another 4 or 5 on here. So these are either a 1, 2, or a 1, 3.
Either way, there has to be a 1 on there.
Yeah.
So the other...
The 1 here. I don't think there's anything that forces the 1 and the 2 in the corners to be any which way. I don't know if there's anything forcing them to be different or the same. Well, one of these two has to be 1 because of the 2, 3 here, so this isn't a 1. Okay, I guess I want to ask a question. Oh, go ahead. Because I was going to ask a weird question.
Box 6, the arrow point.
Mm-hmm.
If that's a 1, then it's a 3 below it.
Yeah.
Which means one of the 2 that touches that 1 is also going to have to be. But that would make 2.
If this was a 1, then none of these, so this would have to be a 2 there. Because if this was a 1, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all off the table. These two couldn't be 1, 2, or 3, so this one's not 4 or 5. And then you 1, 2, 3.
That one, yeah.
Does this one have anything impacting it? I don't think so. But if this is 1, then this is 3, so that would end up having to be 2. Which means this is 1 or 3.
Okay, the circle in box 1 and the one in box 4, the 2 3s,
These ones?
are the same.
Right, because this one makes those two not. So yeah, those are the same. And if they're the same, then all
That
three of
one's the
these are
same.
the same.
Yeah.
They're all twos or they're all threes. How can they be all threes? If they were threes, then you could get this. And that's an 8 or a 9. And
Well,
that's an
it
8
would
or a 9.
have to be. Well, the one on the left has to be a 9 because it
Right.
sees an 8.
9 and 8. So I need a 9 is one of these two. And so an 8 there. This one wouldn't work. And
Well,
neither would that one. So it would have to
okay,
be both of these. Give it
the
a 9.
one that's to the right of the 8,
Mm-hmm.
it cannot be. If it's 3, it cannot be. The one to the right of that one cannot be high because then
Is
it
the
would
one
make the
below it.
circle below it a 3 as well. So that cannot be a 1. It has to be a 2. If the one above it's a 3.
Right. Okay. Well, that's
Which
if
would
they were
mean
all
everything
threes.
below it.
You have a 4, 5.
6.
Right.
Because it would have to be 2. So everything else cannot be. So yeah, that actually kind of works.
If these are all twos, this is 1 or 3. It's one of these two. We could make it that one. Then. Hmm,
Okay, well if it's 2 for the matching circles,
yeah.
then the one to the right of the 8, if you're going up, yeah, it's going to have to go up or down. If you go with the one that's up, oh, well, never mind, because that's not a circle. I was looking at the something that wasn't a circle as a circle, so it doesn't matter.
These two are 2, and those two are 2. So twos have to be here. And there. But you can't put 2 in the middle, so it's one of these two, or one of those two. We already said that if these are 3s, this has to be a 2 then, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
You forgot the link.
I did forget. I've been sleeping fine, but I don't know why I've been getting fuzzy brain. Okay. If this one was a 1, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Except not 6. It would be 1 through 5. This could not be 1, 2, or 3. This one could not be 1, 2, or 3. So this one couldn't be 4 or 5. It would have to
Well,
be
it
a
can't
3.
be 1, 2, or 3. Well, it can't be. You have 1, 2, and 3 in the box.
Right. So this one isn't a 1 because you'd have to have 4 and 5 in 3 different cells. So this is a 3. This one's a 2. That one's a 2. 1, 3, 3. The opposite of 3, which is a 1.
And for in box 9, the 8, 1 pairs with 7, and 2, 1 pairs with 5.
These are all 2s. Got the wrong ones paired together. Right. I don't know if I need high lows still. It's 2 of these. Excuse me. 1 of these and 1 of those. There's 6. But it is 2 of these.
Well, in box 7, the 8 has to be one of the ones that's around the 2.
Right.
Not that that really makes a difference. Same with box 3.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 8, 9, 8. Well, well, 3 means this has to be an 8. This one, no, one of these 2 is 9.
And that's all the ones for the 2.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3,
And to the right of the 3 in box 9 cannot be a 9.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 9. 4, 5 and 6. Neither of them is a 5, so this one's 5. 7 and 9, so that means this is a 9 pair. 4, 5, 6, and 1 or 5.
Alright, row 9 is 3, 8, 9. Left.
9, not a 3, not an 8, not a 3. Now it is. Six, 7, 8, 9. 7, 9 is 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7, 9 is gone. 4, 5, 6, 8.
Box 1 is 4, 5, 7, 9 left. We want to do it that way.
Yeah. 4 is gone. There, which means one of these two is 4, so this one isn't. 1, 4, 6, another 1, and
since anything that is possible to hit with 2 is going to be 7, 8, 9. Directly below the 2 cannot be 5 away. So the 2 that are 2 away from that in box 3 are the 2 that are left of 2. That's an 8, 9 pair. Oh, well, it's 7, 8, 9, yeah. I forgot the 7 could be in there.
5, 6.
Which is the 7, 8, yeah.
1, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is an 8. Hmm. 5, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. 8, 6, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Bottom. These two are 8, 6, 5, 9. 4, 6, 8, 9. 8, 9. Hmm.
1 can be placed in box 7. Three can be placed in box 4.
None of those are 8. None of those are 8. No, 8 is one of those two. Darn it. Decided. Ooh, excuse me. 2. means one of those is from 8 and 9. Excuse me, 7, 8, and 9. 2 means it's one of these 3. 3 means it's 2 of these 4. Which it cannot be both of these.
Right.
It could be neither, because it could be both of those. An 8, 9 pair. Two. Got a pair of 8s, so this one's good.
It can't be an 8-9 pair? Under the
These two?
3?
8, 9?
Wait a minute. What did I see? Did I actually see something? Yes, because then where does it put if it's an 8-9 pair below it, the 8
Mm-hmm.
has to be under the 3?
Yeah.
Then where is the 8 in row 4? It would have to be to the left of the 2, which would make 3 surrounding that 2.
Okay. Yeah.
So, they cannot both be,
There.
and they cannot both be to the right of the 3. Only one of them can, but that's gonna take care of the 2.
Yeah.
So
So it
above
has
the
to be one of these and one of these. So
so just yeah. And one of those 2 has to be 8 or 9. Well, but it doesn't matter what the other one is, so
9, force 8 here.
okay, if the 8 is to the right of the 3,
Uh-huh.
then where does it place an 8 in well, no, it doesn't matter because it just then the 9 goes directly below the 3.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if that's 8, then the 8 in box 4 is below the 2.
Hmm. Hmm.
Alright, if the 9 is below the 1 in column 3,
1, 3 is what?
if if that's 9,
Hmm.
then we have to have an 8 to the right of the 3,
Yeah.
which forces an 8 below the 2. which would make 3 in box 4.
If this was a 9, you're saying?
If that's 9, because you can't have both of them underneath the 3.
Uh-huh. Why not that be 9?
Oh, yeah, I guess that does work. But you'd still have to have an 8. What beside the 2, where does an 8 go in box 4? It has to go either to the left or below the 2, which
Oh,
takes care
the
of
8 is
everything.
beside the 2, yeah.
Right.
It's the 7 and 9 problem. And
So
actually,
now
7 and 9 is
below
fine
the
here, too.
yeah, below the 3 has to be from 8 or 9 in box 5
Yeah, because we
because
just ruled it out of
they
this
can only
one.
have 1 to the right of it. Yeah. Can't be 7.
Now, it can be this one. Doesn't have to be.
Right.
Fours with these two. These two are 4. This 2 is either a 9 here or an 8 or a 9 there. This 2 is either a 9 here or an 8 there. Either way, that's fine to be an 8 or a 9. Pair with this. Oh, 8-9 pair takes out the 8-9. 8-9. So this one must be the 9. And 8.
Column 1 has a 4, 5, 7 triple.
It's 8, 9. Live makes says row 5. I'm missing in row 5. 4, 5, 6 triple. So 4, 5, 8. 9. 7. 7 there. 6 here. An 8. A 9. Not an 8. Not a 9. 6 is out of those two. This one's 8. This one's not 8. These 3 are 6. That gives me 4, 8, and 5.
Box 8 has a
These
4,
are
6,
5.
7 triple.
6, 9, 6, 4, 7. Uh-oh. Did I mess up? 8's gone. 4, 6, 7 places a 9. 9 and 6 makes that 8. 8, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, pair of 4.
And those are both 4.
What else is missing? An 8 in this column? Yeah, an 8 here either. Miss something up. Those two can't be 7. That's a
Well, at
6.
this point, there's only one spot in box 3, or box 2, 4, and 8,
But the
which would
6
break
that just got
box.
placed... Yeah. Hold on. This we know has to be 8, 9. So it has to be one of these two. Because it can't be both of these, and we ruled that it couldn't be both of these, because if it was this one, the 8 that had to be next to the 2 wouldn't work. It gives us an 8, 9 pair. So 8 and 9. 8 and 9. That 5, 7, it could be a 7. Gosh darn it. I ruled that that had to be a 9. That's what I messed up.
Okay, but it
And
still puts
then...
only one spot in box 2, 4, and 8.
Okay. And then the 4, 5, 6 that Liv makes spotted still work.
Right.
Eight, 4, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5. That's 8. These aren't 9. 7, 9. 6, 7 pair. 5, 6, 7, 6, 4, 8, 7, 9. 7, 9. 6 pair. 4, 4, 9, 7, 7, 9, 8, 6, 9, 6, 5, 7, 4, 9, 7, 6, 5, 6, and 4. There we go. Alright. Thank you, Live Mates. Yeah. That one was kind of hard. I don't know why I keep looking through all the options there. Yeah. That was Counting in Whispering. Let's see if it's in Logic Masters Germany. Alright, clicking all the wrong things. Paste? No, that's the link to the puzzle. No, this is not a Logic Masters Germany. So into my notes for the description. Oh, spoilers. Oh, why is this bold? Go first try. Alright, and then link to the puzzle. Alright. Done with this puzzle. Next puzzle is going to be Manifold by Oddly Even. This time I will remember linked puzzle. Manifold by Oddly Even. Rules. Put the digits 0 to 8 once each in each row, column, and box. Arrows. Digits on an arrow sum to the digit in that arrow circle. XV. Digits on an X sum to 10, and digits on the V sum to 5. And dots. Digits on a white dot are consecutive. Well, we've got some 3-cell arrows where the 3 cells on the arrow make it have to be 6, 7, 8, 9. The V here, here, and here has to be from digits 1 through 4. And so the 10, or the X, on the opposite side of that has to be high digits. Next. Well, this can't be a 6. For the reason that if these are all 3 low digits, easy. And this also can't be a 7. Excuse me. This can't be 6 or 7. Because if these are all 3 low digits, then how am I going to make 2 tens work? So 6 and 7 are gone. Because I have to use a 5 or a 6 to make this work. Well, that's going to force it to be 1, 2,
Okay, that's going to be 8 or
5,
9.
6.
But we have 2 X's, so that's going to have to be 25 that sums across the middle.
Yeah.
So 25 would be 8, 8, and 9.
Oh, 6 is indicated on down.
I think I said that right.
Yeah, I believe so. Because that ended up being 8 and then an 8, 9.
Yeah, and the
Liv
same
Makes
across
reminds
the
me that the puzzle is 0
bottom.
through 8.
Oh, right.
So everything is wrong. Thank you, Liv Makes. I was going to do this puzzle completely wrong and get so upset at the end.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that as well.
Okay. Well, in that case, all of these V's, which is how I started before, are
0 through 5.
yeah. Now, this one over here cannot be a 0-5 pair because the top has to pair with a high digit, 6, 7, 8, or 9, but 9's not allowed in this puzzle, as LiveMake reminds me. So 9 is gone, 1 is gone, 4 is gone. However, that means these 3-cell circles, or 3-cell arrows, can be as small as 3 as a 0, 1, and 2. However, is this arrow still important, and by reflection, this arrow down here still important? Because the 10s have to be 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. That is the options.
Well, and 0 through 8 sums to 36. So it's still the 20 there. The 0 has to be, and obviously it can't be on the circle.
Right.
So now that's 16 in 4.
Yeah. Yeah, 0, 1, and 5, and then the last from the 2 10s. Now, I still can't have this be 3 low digits,
Right.
but that would be if I meant low digits as being 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because it could be a 0, 1, and 2, and then you have 3, 4, and 6, 7 as options. But that makes things difficult. These 3 sum to 16.
Right.
Same with those three, sum to 16. The middle digit has to be odd because on a consecutive pair you have to have an odd and an even digit, and there are only 4 even digits. So I've used up all of my even digits with 4 consecutive digits. Not that that's super helpful, but, I might as well. Well, that can't be a 1. So let's say this was a 1. Then you'd have to put a 0 on here. But it's 5, and the other pair to make 10. So clearly I couldn't put a 5 over here, but it also couldn't be the higher digit. And actually, because this is maximum 8, the maximum that this could be, the sum here, the maximum that it could be is 8. No, wait, the minimum it could be is 8. Yeah, that's how those sums work. But this could be 0 and 8. And then you put 1, 5, and 2 over here, and that's just fine. Or it could be 1 and 7. And then 0, 3, and 5. Okay. Well, gotta look somewhere else then. Either that or I have to logic something different. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That makes it so this is 0 through 7. So it is almost completely unrestricted. What were we going to say, Mama?
We know 0 and 1 both have to be in the middle there somewhere.
Yeah. But there's nothing stopping
And there's
either
no
of them from
reason
being here.
yeah, one of them can be there. They can both be on the arrow.
Yeah.
So that's not helpful.
Oh, AC is loud enough, I think. Just sound there. That should fix it. Chip Sounder says a 1 can't go in the center. That would be because 0 wouldn't work out. And again, I have placed a 9 here. And because I'm working with 0 through 8,
it has to be even in the center.
Right. It is 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Yeah. Again, I'm operating off of 1 through 9 logic, not 0 through 8 logic. Because now there are only 4 odds. 1, 3, 5, and 7. Okay. I know that I need to fill the grid with the digits 0 through 8. What does that mean? Those two are the same, but doesn't mean anything, just means that whatever that digit is, it goes here. But it's more or less completely useless. It's just that I have 16 here, and 16 here. I don't even have a consistent sum for this group, because this is 10 plus 1, 2, or 3.
Well, 5 and 0 have to go on the arrows in column 9.
9. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they can't both go together.
Right. And the problem with zeros is it means that these can be 0 through 7. The only number that cannot go on an arrow is 8.
Right.
And that's not even true over here or here. That could be a 0-8 pair. So what else can I do here? Because this is 3 through 8. The 4 is 0, 1, and 3. Nothing stopping that from working. A 5 is a 0 with a 1, 2. Excuse me, a 0 with a 1, 4. I can't do 0 and 2, 3, because then my 2 10s would be limited to 4, 6 only. So 3, 4, and 5 all have one option, but 6, 7, 8, and 9.
No 9.
Excuse me, yeah. 6, 7, and 8. Well, 6 has to be a 0 with 1, 5. Well, it has to be 0, 1, 5. 7 cannot be 1, 2, 4. So the only option is the 8 to not have a 0 on it. Which, if this was an 8, then that would have to be 0, and that would have to be 8. Well, if it was an 8 and the 0 wasn't on here.
Well, and if it's 8 and it doesn't have the 0 on the arrow, it has to be 1, 2, 5.
Right. Because it can't be 1 through 4. I think 7. Can the arrow in row 9 not have a 0 on it? I think it breaks the X's. I think the same logic is what's going on at the top and bottom. Because this is 3 through 8. Not have a 0.
Yeah, if it doesn't have to have a 0, it's 8 and it's 1, 2, 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unless it breaks this one.
an 8 has to be the other, and 0 and 0 and 8. 8 is the circle, and 0's the leftover.
Still put 1, 2, 5
If
here,
if
though.
well, no, but in row 9, if 0 does not go on the arrow, that has to be arrow. Yeah.
And this is 3, 4, or 3, 4, 6, 7.
But I think the 8 then in the arrow for box 9 would be able to be 1, 3, 4.
No, because
Oh no,
this
it
wouldn't
couldn't
have a
because that
2
would be
on it.
2, 8.
Yeah. But it could also use 0, 1, 7.
Right.
Yeah, I think unless there's something that this 10 puts pressure on, I think putting 1, 2, 5 here is perfectly fine. I guess the question I want to ask is, are these two the same? Is there any way that that works? If I look in box 1, then red can't be any of those. But it could be any of the other ones. As long as red is 8, you could still put it on the arrow tip here.
No, you can't.
If red was not 8, like a 6 or something.
Oh, not 8. I don't know why I heard is 8.
I could have just been mixed,
No, I
mashed
think
my
it's
words
just me.
together. You know that these two are different. You know what this probably is?
Set theory.
Probably.
I was thinking that.
That's all gone. Which runs into some small problems, but red can go here. Red can go there. Blue can go to there. Blue can go to there. I think I need to do something different. If I make those blue, then I make that not blue and that there. Those not blue and that there. And also make this blue go to that. And then I could do a similar thing here. So these go to that. This one there. This one there. And now, oops,
Well, do you want
this
to
one,
yeah.
this, that one, and that. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, and now, let's do this. Red. So these cancel out. This all cancels out. Red and blue cancel 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 out. Well, that's not how I envisioned that working.
Yeah, but you started with the same blue and red.
Yeah, but I was kind of hoping that, like, moving things around would have.
No, because it would be the same things.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. What if make those blue and make these red? Okay. Missing two blues, but let's just go with it for a second. There. And now I'm going to make these two columns blue. Because then that makes those together, those together, those together, and these. Now, is there anything else that we could do? No, I think this is wrong again. I think what I need to do is I need to do these in blue and my four corners. Those are going to rule out. Those two get ruled out. The blue here rules out the red there.
Same with
Red
the arrow
and
that goes
blue.
from the circle in box 4 down to box 7.
Blue rules out the
blue.
red. This one's ruled out, so the red goes along. This one's ruled out. The red can be placed here. This one's ruled out. I can take the red to that one. This one's ruled out. I can take the red to go all the way along and get rid of these other ones that are overlapping. Actually, I'm going to pull those back. Make that red. Pull that back. Make that red. Because blue is a lot of digits, red is a small number of digits. So, and actually, if I could bring this back to red-blue, and I open up a new notepad, and this new notepad is a recent Sudoku notepad. There we go, and it'll pop up on the screen. And the reason this is important is because blue equals 2 times the sum of 0 through 8, which is equal to, 36
Well, there's
times
an extra
2?
blue
Plus question.
in box 6. Yeah.
So that's 72 plus question mark?
Mm-hmm.
Now, red is equal to 4 times 10 plus, 4 question marks?
Well, and 4 times 10 is 40.
Yeah.
And 4 eighths is 32.
40 plus 8 times 4 equals...
72.
So I'm missing something? Now I gotta redo it. So I started with red being here, and blue being these. Because that got rid of this. The blue gets rid of the red. Red and blue get rid of each other. Blue gets rid of red. And then all of these go away. And those go away.
Ah, but that extra blue would be 0.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that. Zero.
But is it that particular one?
Yeah, because
Oh,
these
right,
had
yeah.
to be blue.
Right,
which,
yeah. Okay, yeah.
hold on, why are those both red and blue? I
Because you
forgot to
didn't
pull the
finish, I
red back.
interrupted.
That, that's fine. And now, those have to be 72 plus something, and 40 plus 4 eighths. 8 times
Is
4 is
72.
32. 72 and equals 72 plus something. Well, that something has to be 0. 2 here, 8 and 2. So then these, well, this is 16. And since that's 8, that's 8, that's 16. This is a pair of zeros. And the last remaining digits are 2 and 5. So now I shouldn't need anything else from
Yeah, you
the
shouldn't need the
colors.
colors now.
Kind of want to keep them anyway. Alright, how many more mistakes can I make? Oh, it is 10. Gotta get through this quickly. Well, now we
Alright,
learned
where can 0 go in box 5?
one of these two means the
That
1
means
is going to be paired with it. I wonder if there was an easier way to do the set theory.
probably.
Over here, I need an 8 because of these two 8s. So 8 pairs with 2
Right.
pairs with 3. Pairs 7. 0, 2, 3, and 8. This one cannot be a 1. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 4, 5, 6.
Alright, 0. We know 0 has to go on one of the arrows.
It's a 0, 2 pair.
Okay. And in column 9, we know 0 and 5 have to go on the arrows. So both of the arrows have a 0 on it.
Yeah. Zero, 5, and the last of 4, 6, and 7. I can't put a 7 on this one.
If
If this was a 2, then
let's sum to 6.
so that would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 pairs with 3. And then it's a 2, so 2 would pair with 4.
Or it could be 0, 6.
Right.
Because we're going on starting with the
Yeah.
2.
So that's fine. And then if this is 0, then I need to make 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't make 0 and 8 work. 2 and 6 don't work. 3 and 5 don't work. And you can't do a pair of 4s. Okay. I'm not sure where else to go with that one. This one's 4, 5, 6, or 7. Well, if it was a 4, it would have to be 0, 1, and 3. Well, then I'd have to put the 3 as one of these two, because
Right.
this is 3, or 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3. So, yeah. So those
Well,
have to be
4
a 0
doesn't
pair.
work at
So
all.
4, 5 would have to be 0 and 1, 4. So that would be fine. 6 would have to be 0 and either 1, 6, 2, 4, or 1,
Oh.
5.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
can make a 2 here work and a 0, 4. And then 7 could be 1, 2, 4, or 0, and all the options to make 7 work. 1, 6, or well, it could be 0, 1, 6. Maybe there's something different set theory related? I mean, we also have to have 2 and 3 together. So this couldn't be 2, 3. You could do 2 and 3. You could do 2 and 3, or you could do a 2, 3 pair there. So that all works.
All right. If we look at box 9,
Box 9.
if it's 0 in the center, then it's 1, 7,
Yeah.
which makes
4,
4,
6.
6 for the X. The circle becomes a 5, which is
2
left
and
with
3.
2 and 3. No, yeah, 2 and 3.
But that would make this 2 and 3 and a 7. Wait. Hold on. If this was 0 and 1, 7, then you've got 4 6s everywhere.
Right? But the circle has to be 5 in the bottom, which puts a 5, and that has to be a 4, 6 pair. In box 6?
Yeah. So these two couldn't be a 4, 6 pair if this is a 5.
Right. And that is,
So,
if it's a 1, 7, then it's forced to be I think it was forced to be a 5, because 1 and 7 come out and 4 and 6 come out. Yeah.
yeah.
So that breaks that.
Okay. Can't be 0, so it can't be a 7. Can't be 2 and 3. It could be 1, 4. Well, it's going to have to be a 1. Because if it wasn't a 1, then it would be 4 and 5, which is 9, which we can't use in this puzzle, as I've made the mistake so many times. Well, this can't be a 4, 6
Okay,
pair.
so
First try. 7 and 3. 3 and 4 and 6. And those are 6. So this isn't a 6. These two can't be 7. 1, 4, 5, and 7 makes that a 6, which means these are 1, 5. 1, 4, 5. Makes it 1, 4, 5 there. So this is 2. And what? 3 and 7 remaining. 4 and 6 are gone. 3 and 7 are gone. 4 and 1 are gone. 0, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 and 3 are gone. This one's not a 0. It can't be 1, 3, 4. So it has to be, if it's 1, 2, 5. It doesn't include a 0. It's 1, 2, 5. So it can't be 1, 3, 4. If it does include a 0, then it is 2, 6.
it cannot be a 4 on there.
Right. So it's 0, 2, 6, or 1, 2, 5. So 2 is on there. 8 is gone, 2 is gone, 3 and 7 are gone. So 0 is gone. Can't put a 1 here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Top is a 6, the bottom is a 0 or a 2. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. Now what? 8, 4 and 6 are gone, 8 is gone. Can't put 2 in either of those. Well, this is max 7, so I can't put a 7 on here, because it has to include at least one other digit. So that would be 7, 0, and 1,
So
which
now
is
where
8.
does 7 go in that box?
Right. And this is the only spot, which takes 7 off of that. 7 and 3. Okay.
All right, if the circle or the arrow in box 4 is a 6, it cannot be 0, 1, 5
Why not?
because that would make the V 0, 5
Right.
because you can't put 1 on it.
Right.
But can it? Which would be the only thing you can use the 5 for in on the arrow.
Right.
0, 1, 2, 3, 5. Oh, 4, 6, and 7. Never mind. They're all there.
Because the question I wanted to ask in this box is it sums to 36. take out 25, take out 30, that means these three sum to 6. So they're either 1, 2, 3.
Why can't
4.
the arrow be 1? I can't see underneath the thing.
Chip Sounder says, why can't the arrow be 1 with 0, 1 on it? Which arrow are we referring to? Or are we referring to this one up here? I might have messed up this one. Okay, 3 or 2. Yeah. Column 3, box 1, circle. Yeah, I messed that up. That could be one. Yeah.
And now I don't think we can make 6 on that arrow. From box 4 down. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, because then where does the 0 go in the box? 0
oh, yeah,
has
the
to be on
zeros.
that arrow.
Because these three have to be 6.
Right.
But also, 0 got removed from all of this and that. And if this was 0, then that would be a 5. And you'd have to do 0 and 1, which doesn't work. So, yeah, 6 is gone. 0 is forced on here with either 1, 2, or 1, 3. So that's 0 and a 1, so that's not a 1. But 5 has to be one of these two, so this is a 4. Excuse me, hold on, I messed up.
Yeah, I was
It's still true. It's still true that the 5 has to be one of these.
Right, so that's a 4.
And it can't be a 3 because of that. So 4, which is still 0, 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. A 0, and a 1, and a 3. So 2 is gone. 3 is gone. And then this can't be 1. 2, 5 pair. 4 paired with 1. 4, 2, and 5.
Comes out.
5. So now I have to have 3 as one of these two, because it can't go anywhere else. Does the 3s here line up?
Right.
So now it can't be a 1 here.
It can't be a 6 either. Because it has to have 3. And it can't be 5, because you can't, there's no 2 to pair it with. So it's 1 and 3 for 4.
So 0 and 5. 3, 6, 4. 3s are gone. 0, 5, 6. 7, 3.
Column 3.
Column 3 is going to be a 6 and a 0. 0 and 6. 1, 2, and 5. 0, 1, take 1 out. 2, 0, 5, 6, 7, 9. 0, 5, 2, 4, 1, and 3. No 9s. This one's a 7, so those two aren't. This one is no longer a 0, 1, so this one must be. So that's a 5, so that's a 5. None of those are 5. This one's a 7. Those two aren't. 5, 1. 5s are gone. 2 and 5. That has to sum to 5. Those two aren't 5. 5 and 1. 2 and 5. I don't see any more red. Two here. 2 and 1. Okay, now where can 2 go in this box? Not there, not there, not there. So 2 pairs with 3,
3.
which doesn't really help. What's left in row 2? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 1, 0, 8, and 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 4, 6, 0, 1. This one's not 2. Ones, not helpful. Zeros, not helpful.
Column 5. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. I do believe.
Because 0 and 2 and 1 and 6, 7, 8 are gone.
Because look at what's there. 3, 4, 6, 7, 3, 7, 8, 4, 6, 8, 4, 6, 7, 3, 4, 6. That's 3, 4, 6, 7, 8.
3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So where can the 5 go? 5 has to pair with the digit below it, which is a 4, 2, and 3. 4 is gone. Wait, no, 5 doesn't have to pair with the digit below it. But that still means this isn't a 2, 2, and 3.
But it can't pair with 6 because there's a 6 in the row.
I was trying to logic my way around the middle
And that
digit.
last one has to have a 7 on it, whether it's 6
the
or
top
8.
digit. Four, 6, 7, 8. This one's not 7 or 8. That means that's 4 or 6, which means this can't be. 3, 7. 8, 7, 7, 7, 4, 6 makes that 3, 2, 7, 3, 6, 8, 8, 6, 6 and 4, 4 and 8, 1 and 4, 0, 1, 0, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, I need a 5, and I need a 6, and the puzzle's done. That was also hard.
I think we're tired too, so.
Yeah. I just didn't want to do set theory stuff for that one, but that's not the buttons I wanted. I want pleasures. Okay, I am tired.
Well, it
Logic
didn't
Masters
help that we
Germany.
kept forgetting 0 through 8.
Yeah. That is not how the buttons work. Copy. Back. It's not that, it's this. There we go. Oddly even. I will, column 6. And just column 6. And, hard and very nice. Yeah. I mean, once we got the...
rated average?
No, hard.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to decide whether or not I think it's
It went
very
away
hard.
so fast I didn't get a count. I didn't.
Yeah. But yeah, it's got 4 stars for the difficulty.
Yeah.
Which makes me think I should probably be rating this as very hard, but I think it's just regular hard. Set theory is very difficult to spot how to do it correctly, and which is why, like, I tried, like, 6 different methods.
Well, and
six,
my first thought
2,
was, is it
3.
going to have to be set theory? But
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it.
Yeah. And then, what else? Working through this box, or that the fact that this had to be a 2 was the next step, because if it was a 0, it didn't work for what was going on here, because it had to be 1, 7, but if you did 1, 7, then because you couldn't put, because of the 3 here, then adding a 7 here means that those are both 4, 6. A 4, 6 pair would push the 4, 6s from those two, but those two couldn't be both 4, 6. Because then this had to be a 4, 6, which would break it So that made that a 2. From there, filling in the rest of the box, and you get some options. Oh. Yeah, you definitely had to work through the logic that was going around in here. But yeah, some interesting stuff in box 7. Yeah, definitely a pretty difficult puzzle. I think I am going to stick with hard, though. So that is now rated. And, yeah. And that is the point where we sign off, because it is 10:30. So we will see you next time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fancy YouTube engagement stuff. Yeah, should be back Wednesday for some more Sudoku at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. 7 a.m. Eastern Time is Saturdays for cooperative games and playing Dying Light and having fun with that. Aside from that, yeah, have a good night.